Hi, Serene team. This is Anju. Today I'm going to give a glance about this platform. Uh, this platform is used to secure employment management in a convenient way. And this is a brief I'm going to give uh, today. So this is a landing page or a login page where you can give a credentials and just sign in with a username and password, sign in into the page, and there you go. It comes a dashboard where you can see all the modules, like on your left side dashboard, jobs and candidates, applications, resume screening, interviews, offer generator, onboarding, settings, and logout. Okay, and this dashboard uh, gives an overview of your recruitment activity, like what are the active jobs, what are the applications, the number of applications, the interviews, the hiring rate, and onboarding. So this is just a glance that we can see what's actually happening in this area, in a particular area. Now, coming down, you can see a graph, like, the applications trend, how it is going, like from this date to this date. And it's a pipeline which shows that the recruitment pipeline, which shows the applications which are in progress by stage, right? So this is a graph regarding that. And then coming down, it's an onboarding pipeline, like number of candidates, numbers you can see here, initiated, signed offer, documents, like, the pending or the documents which are needed, the references and completed. So this is just an overview, like what is actually going on with the recruitment side. It's just a glance which makes your life easy, what is actually happening here. So, and this is like recent activities which is happening in the platform, like offer generated or offer sent. So just an overview, right? So getting inside to this, mm, jobs and candidates. So here we can create a job, we can save the candidates, we can see how many jobs are going on, active jobs, drafts, and closed. And you can here can filter with the departments, with all types, like full-time, part-time. And here it's like, the most views or the latest view, or, like this. These are the filters you can use. And here are the applications. And moreover, just a brief about the settings. Like, if you need to change something like in department side, you can just go and add the department here, like the department like for care home or for technology, or in care home nurses side, or any specific department you want to add, you can add up here and just go with add. That will come up here and will show you while creating a job, or infiltration, it will come up with that filtration which you added. And that's for organization. Coming down, it will show you how many industries, like, sorry, if you add up with new industry in future, like, let's see, you can just enter the industry name and add. There will be a special industry name which you will be given specifically. It will come up adding up on your list. These are the grades, manually, and now on the application side, you can see this grades. But if you want to add more grade, like, level C or the grade level or something like notice period, you can just add up here and it will come up and show here under the grade section. And this is the experience levels. Now it's only we can see this kind of numbers or data in the application, but in future even you can add with this experience level as well. Coming next, so this is the organization level and people and work, like, the employment types. You can come to know where you can see, actually can see these modules. I'm just giving you a glance so that you can have it. Even in the location side, see, while creating a jobs, if you just go and create a job here, see these departments, these sections, you just get be specifically can be given from here, and it will come up in this page while creating a job. So even the location you can now you can see only three locations, right? But while going to settings, if you got more vacancies, like in Glasgow, like just go and give Glasgow the address and just add work location there. There you can see on your screen location, the Glasgow location will be coming up here in this drop down. See here, right? Hopefully you got this point. Then now for a view, we can just go and create a new job here. So this section and these all modules will be explaining with my will be from Harshita, my colleague. She'll be explaining on this more. So Harshita, please.
Yes. Yeah, so here once we go to the jobs and candidates, so here we can see the what are the jobs were there. So as of now, we are creating one a new job. So here I was creating a job like the care home administrator, and the department we can select as support and healthcare. And the locations we can add it as the dynamic as the and you shown you before, and the suggestions, the job overview suggestions we can apply through the auto AI suggestions, or we can fill it through the manual things. And yeah, yeah, and the essential skills, whatever that's there with the auto suggestions of the AI generator, we can add it here, and also we can fill it through the manually based on our requirement. And here I was selecting the employee type as a full time. And experience level, it can be like senior, mid, or entry. So as of now, I'm selecting it as a mid, and the status should always be in the active for the active job posting. And if you see the dates, it will be the poster date as the today's date, and the expiry date will be like posting of the date, and it will be like 1 month, and it can be dynamic. We can go with the a number of months as we require. Yeah, here I was entering the minimum salary to the maximum salary for the jobs that we are posting. And salary paid can be like per annum, per month, or per week, per hour. It can be anything. And the requirements that we want, we are selecting through the auto suggestions of AI generated, and it can be dynamic. You can be selected through the manual. So yeah, so here I have created a job. You got the pop-up like the job is created. Yeah. So if you click, if you check on the jobs and candidates, so this is the job that we have created now. So here we can view the job. So this is the page where you can view the job. Uh, and here you can see how many people viewing and the applications that you got and the matching and the engagement things like score. And you can also post it through the LinkedIn. So if I click on the LinkedIn, so as of now, my LinkedIn is open it here. So yeah, yeah, if I click on here, so here the HR team or the admin can post the job which is available. Yeah, in this way we can post the job through the LinkedIn, and this is the care home website. Once we click on this care home, so we'll get a pop-up like the job is successfully posted to the care home. So this job will be posted to the care home website. So I'll show you. I have an admin access for the care home. Yeah. So if you go here, yeah. So if we check on the jobs, and if you click on the live job, so here we'll get the thing which we have posted from our application. From our application, we have posted a job called a care home administration. So when we click on the care home, so that automatically the job which is there at an our application that will be shared to the care home website. So this is one of the feature. Yeah. And yeah. coming to our application, so this is the way we can view the application. We can view the job posted. We can post the job through the LinkedIn, and we can share through the care home. And you can also check the what is the job ID for the care home. Yeah, this is the ID for that. And if we click on the share, it can be we having the different share options that can be link, or we can share through the media, or it can be anything. So as of now, we can copy this link, and we can share that link to the candidate who are going to apply for this job. And I'll show you how they can apply for it. So this is the page. This is the page where the candidate will log in through it. So so I'm filling this form as an applicant who is applying for the job. As of now, I was entering some a random mail ID to check the whether the candidate is getting the mail notification or not. So I'm entering here the manual mail ID. Yeah, current job that he is applying is a care home administrator, and the LinkedIn of the candidate who is applying this job, and candidates, the current locations and the status visa of the candidate. It can be like a British citizen or the permanent residency or dependent. It can be anything. So here I was selecting as a permanent residencies of the candidate. And here we have an option called the refer by. It's an optional. If there is any referral person who is uh, giving an advice to apply for this job for the candidate, if there is any reference, they can add their names at here and their details, further details at here. And here the address of the candidate. Yeah, yeah. This is how the candidate will fill his forms, and also the yeah, and also the resume that he gonna to apply it here. So once he click on the submit application, this is the page where the candidate will see and he'll apply for the job. And the candidate will get the information like a application is submitted successfully. We'll hear you from us soon. So this is how the candidate will see the page. So once we go to our application, so we'll get that. So once we go through the application, so here we'll get that what all the application that we got. So as of now, we have 133 applications, and 16 were in the shortlisted and 5 were the saved. So and here we can also see the filters of it, like what are the apply candidates, what are in the saved, and what are in the shortlisted, and interview, and who got the rejected. Yeah, this is how we can check it here. So once we click on to the add to shortlisted, so yeah. So here once we click on the add to shortlister, so here we can see that the schedule interview will be enabled. So here once we click on the add to shortlister, we need to send the application form to the candidate, where the candidate need to fill the application form, which is sent by our admin or through our application. So here we got a pop-up like this application is sent to the candidate. So this will be sending through the mail. So as of now, here I am using some other random mail to check the mails of the candidate, how they will get. So this is how they will get their name of the candidate and the congrats where will be shortlisted for the posted job at the position at here. So and here this is how he will see the mails which we are sending from our application. So this is the application form where the candidate going to fill this. So here I am entering the details of the candidate. Yeah. Name, full name, and the date of birth. I was wondering, something around nationality, and the marital status can be optional, and the national insurance number and the mail ID. I was giving the present mail ID where I'm getting the mails of this candidate. Yeah, and the phone number and the address. And also we have an address and the postcode. And also here we are an options called are you lawfully resident to the UK? It can be like yes or no, depends on the candidates. And are you any work restrictions for the visa? So it can be filled. And also here we are filling the emergency details of the candidate and the relation with the candidate and also the emergency contact number where the candidate is providing for us. And here we are selecting the what kind of work the candidate is looking for it. And the starting means how means when he is going to available to start the work. Yeah. So if the candidate is already working in some other organization, what can be the notice period and how when he will be available to start working it here. So this is how the details we are going to fill. Yeah. As of now, I'm entering the details. Very yeah. Yeah, as of now, I'm filling all the required fields of the details and also here the employee history. So if the candidate who is applying for the job, he is having any employment history, means he already worked in any previous organization. If he already works, then uh, what is the name of the company and what is the title that he worked in that previous office organization and his date of employment in his previous organization. So here I was entering these things and these are all the additional details where we require. Yeah. And here we have a declaration form. So once we have declared for this form, so candidate will submit the application form. So this is the page where the candidate will get the things like registration and application form will be submitted. So this is how the candidate will see our HR team will be review and details and be touched in the next step. This is how the candidate will see the page when he have submitted the application form. So once we have refreshed our application, we can check that uh, this is the name of the candidate who have submitted the application form as now. Yeah, so here we can click on that and we can check that details of the candidate hit here, what his role, what the current role he applied for, and the location and the status of the visa and the skills he have and the work experience the in the previous organization he have and the what role he worked in the previous organization. These all the details we will get through the application form, which will request from our admin or a HR side to the candidate. So once we have submitted, we'll get like these things. And once the application form is submitted, then only we'll get an option or it can be enabled to schedule an interview for the candidate. So here it can be the round number, it can be the round name as a round one, or it can be like anything. Like here I was mentioning as a round number one, and the date and time for of an interview, and who are going to take an interview. So here we have an options called as admin and the mic. So we can pick like these are the members currently we have added. So as we discussed in the settings, we have an options to add the admin access. So as of now, these two are there. It can be dynamic. We can add a number of people. Yeah. So here I was adding some of the candidates who are going to take an interview for the candidate. So this mail, so the who is going to take the interview, they will also get the mail like to whom or to which candidate they are going to take an interview. So this is how we are schedule an interview from our applications. So once the interview got the schedule, so yeah, this is the options we'll get. So here we are getting this is because of the dwelling account. So yeah, that's not another. And yeah, so if you go to the resume screening, this is like so here we can select the job details. So here we can filter that what the jobs means what the job title that we have means we can get the resume from outside of our application. So if you want to check the score of the resume for the job, for example, the job can be like care home administrator. So some of the other candidate who where we got the resume from outside, like not through our application process. So we can select, so HR will manually select the job title at here and the position of, and what the position that he was and the description things, and they will upload the resume of the candidate at here. So here the AI will generate the score of the candidate, score of the resume, which is given by the candidate. So here we can see the weightage of the resume depending on the job title and the position of the candidate. So this is how this field will work. So if we go to the interviews, so we can see that yeah. So here we can see that this is the candidate name we have done, we have scheduled an interview. So this is in the interview phase. So if we click on here, so we have an options called like details and the feedback. So here we can, so the person who is taking an interview, they can add the feedback of the candidate and the name of the interviewer who is taking the interview and the overall rating of the candidate and the strength and the areas where the candidate need to improve and the recommendations like whether to hire or recommended hire. It can be like anything. So recommended, and if there is any additional note they can add and submit the feedback at here. So here the history of the candidate, so it can be calculated to the date and the time, everything will be tracked at here. And yeah, so as of now, we have scheduled the one round of interview for the candidate of Charlie William, and it can be reschedule an interview, or we can cancel an interview, or we also have an extra feedback to add the feedback of the candidate. So here I was mentioning the mark as complete of this candidate. So yeah, so here we have make it as a market complete means the interview for this candidate we have mark it as a complete. So yeah, yeah. So if we go here, yeah. So here we have mark it as a complete. So we can view the offer letter. So if you go here, we can generate an offer letter to the candidate once we have done with all the interviews. And if we want to conduct a number of interview, we can conduct and we can schedule, we can add the feedback of the candidate. So as of now, I have clicked on the market as a complete. So the next step after the interview is the offer generator. So here I was generating the offer letter for the candidate. So here I have selected the job posted. So the candidate was applied for the job as this care home administrator. And here we can see, so here it will be filtered that who all the candidate will be available for the job which is posted at here. So if we select here, so this is the name of the candidate for the posted job of the care home administrator. And yeah, coming to the templates, we have a templates like a standard template, minimal template, and the template can be detailed. So the default we have is the standard template. Yeah, this is the full name of the candidate and the mail details and the address we have it here and the department. Yeah, these all the fields. And yeah, so here I was entering the basic salary of the candidate and also the grade of the candidate. It can be like ABC or it. So the grades, these all are dynamic. So we can add whatever the grade level that we require. As of now, we have mentioned it as ABC. Yeah. And coming to the work hours of the candidate and also the full time, whether it can be full time or part time or freelancing. Yeah. So here we can select it here. Yeah. So once we click on the generating, so will the offer letter will be generating it here. Yeah. So it is generating. Yeah. Yeah. This is how it will be generated. So you can see the pop-up at here. The offer letter is be generated successfully. Yeah. So if you send the mail like this, so the candidate will be receive the mail. So from our application or the admin or an HR will send the mail to the candidate of the offer letter. Yeah, it is sending. Yeah. So here we got the pop-up like the offer letter has been sent. So we can check the mail like how it gonna be sent. So see here. So this is how the user or the candidate will see the page. So he'll get the mail accordingly like this, like dear and the name of the candidate. So this is the body where the candidate will be getting like this. So this is the offer letter where the candidate will receive from the HR side or the admin side. Yeah. So yeah, once the offer letter was being get by the candidate, so we can see here. So when we come to the offer generator, so the presently we have the 77 offer letters and 13 were in the draft and 5 were sent and 53 were accepted and 0 declines we have and 6 were been expired. So currently and also here we can filter through that the total like total status of it and the draft or sent and how many were in the draft. Yeah, this all can be done at here. Yeah. So and also it comes to and these many 53 people were being accepted the offer letter and 6 were being expired. So the expire is like so HR or the admin who sends the request to the candidate or suppose admin or an HR sends the mail to the candidate. If the candidate didn't respond to the mail, it can be configurable. So here we're having the schedule job set here. So once we come to the settings, so we have a schedule job set here. So this is called an auto expiry. So it can be configurable for the 14 days. So it's like once the HR or the admin sends the request like mail to the candidate, if the candidate didn't respond to the mail, so it automatically the application will be expires. So the candidate application will be expired from our application. So this is how the expiry will work. Like say, and coming to the offer generator. So here we got the status as a sent. So as of now, we check that this is how we'll send the this is how we will send the mail to the candidate for the offer generator. So here the candidate will be requesting us that yes, I have accepted the offer letter, something like that. He gonna be send the mail back to us. So once we have sent the mail back to us, so here we are manually changing the status to be a accepted or declined or draft. It can be anything. So here I was selecting the status has been accepted where the candidate will be accepting the offer letter. Yeah. So once the candidate will be accepted to the offer letter, so automatically it will be reflected in the onboarding stage. So this is how we have the onboarding pipeline. So we have the 48 candidates were in the onboarding and the 6 were in the initiated and 7 were in the signed offer and 1 in the documents and the 5 were in the references and 10 onboardings will be completed and the 6 were being expired. So the expired is like when the HR or admin requested to the candidate for mails or something, if the candidate didn't reply to the mail, so the application will be expired. So as we discussed, and this is the export option we have currently. We have added this. This is like it will export the all the list of candidates who are present in the onboarding. It will export and it will be saved in some Excel sheet. This is how this export will work. And if you go here, this is how the stages of the onboarding flow. Yeah, we'll go through one after the other. So this is the first stage. This is the initiated phase of the candidate. Yeah, this is the candidate that we are going through the onboarding process. Yeah. So once we get to the onboarding process of this candidate name, this is the signed offer letter. So once the HR or the admin requested for the signed offer letter, so we'll get the pop-up like the mail has been sent to the candidate. Yeah, we can check the mail how the candidate will receive this. Yeah, I can also resend the request. Was resending the request to page. Yeah, yeah. So this is how the candidate will receive the mails. So like to upload your signed offer letter. So this is how the HR will send the mail to the candidate. for the uploading the signed offer letter. So before he got the signed offer letters, yeah, this is how he got the offer letter. So from this offer letter, he need to send the signed offer letter, which is requested by a HR or the admin to the candidate. So this is how the page the candidate will get into. Yeah. So if you click on the choose the file, he'll choose the file of the offer letter with the signed one, and he gonna apply the offer letter or the upload the signed offer letter right here, and he'll get a message like your signed offer letter has been uploaded and awaiting for the HR review, and you can replace if he needed. Yeah, this is how the candidate will see the page at here. Yeah, once if we go through our application, we can check it here like whether we received the request from the candidate or not. Like see here, we have got the details from the candidate here. So if we view the signed offer letter, so here we can have an option to view the offer letter which is given by the candidate. And here also we have an option to approve or re-upload the candidate. So if he asks to re-upload the candidate, the mail again, the mail will be sending to the candidate for re-uploading the signed offer letter. So here I was clicking to approve. So once I have approved for this, so I'll be going for the next step called as a document. So once if I step into the documents and once if I ask any request to the candidate, so we can't go back to the offer letter. So it is the one after the other process. And if you go to the documents, as of now, we have the document types that we are requesting to the candidate is like address certifications, and the degree. These are the documents that we have currently. So we have a number of options that we can add. So if we go to the settings of the documents type, so here I have added the document types as of now here, and here if you click on the add option, and if you click on any document type that you want to add it here, you can add it at here, and here also we can perform the CRED operations. You can edit it, and you can create it, you can edit it, and you can also delete the documents type. It can be performed at here, so it's completely a dynamic, it's not a static one. Yeah. So if we go here, so this is the signed offer letter has been done. So we are moving to the documents type. So here I was requesting the passport from the document. From the document, I was requesting the passport to the candidate. So I have sent the mail to the candidate that these are the requested documents for the onboarding flow. Yeah. If I check here, yeah, this is how the candidate will receive the mail. So hi and the name of the candidate to proceed the onboarding flow with the based on the job posted, and uploading the documents. So this is the list the document have been mentioned here is the passport. This is how the candidate will see the page it here. So he can upload to the passport. Yeah, so here I was uploading it. This is how the candidate will upload for it. So once he got uploaded it here, so this is how you can see it. It was submitted. So I can see in our application that whether I have received the documents from the candidate or not. So here I can view the submitted file which is submitted by the candidate. Yeah, this is the sample passport which the candidate was applied. And here we have two options to reject or we can approve it. Or if we had an option to reject, we can reject and we can add the reason why we are going to reject it. So here I was approving the documents. Yeah. So once the document were been approved, so here I was going for the background verification check. Yeah. So this is the background verification check. So automatically the position applied for the candidate will get it here, and we can check the level of the verifications that we are doing now. It can be like DBS basic or standard or enhanced, or it can be anything. So here I have checked the level as the basic. So here I was requesting for the candidate for the background verification. Yeah. So this is how the candidate will request the candidate for this and we can check that whether the candidate has received the mail or not. So this is how the candidate will receive the mail and the name of the candidate and the position that he applied for, and this is how the he will get the form for the to complete his onboarding process. Yeah, this is how. So if the candidate is already worked in his previous organization, if he has any background verification number that we call as the certification number or the C number. He can enter it and the date of issue, and he can select the basic level, and he can select the level of the verification it can be. Or if the candidate didn't had any verification before, he is doing the verification for the first, and he can enter the details at here, like selecting the title and the full name and the full name of the candidate and the date of birth and the gender and all the required fields where the candidate will submit it here. So here I was clicking on the yes. The candidate is already having the C number. So here I was entering the C number of the candidate where the candidate already done his background verification before. Yeah. So here I was entering the issue date at here. Yeah, check level. Check level can be like basic or standard, or it can be like depends on the C number which the candidate is applying for. And yeah, so this is how the candidate will see the background verification check is in progress. Yeah. So once we go through our application, we can check that whether we have get the details from the candidate or not. Yeah, this is how we'll get the details of the background verification check. This is the position and the check level and the status of it and date of the submission and this all and the C number of the DBS verification and the issued. And also here we have a two option. If we found the record having any issue, we can send this is the issue of it, and if the record is clear, we can click on the clear. And here we have an option to go to the website at here. So if I click on it, that we can land it here. For example, if here I was entering the details like this. So once we have entered the organization name and the full name, and here we can what the C number which is given by the candidate at here. Just let me show that. Yeah. So the C number which is given by the candidate here. So I can land to this page. I can fill the C number at here and the applicant name and the date of birth of the candidate, and I can continue to check the background verification is done or not, and where we can check the uh, process of the verifications, like what are the stages it has been verified. So this is how we can check through this link at here. So here I was clicking on the record has been cleared. So here when I click on the record has been cleared, so DBS verifications will be cleared from the details which is given by the candidate has a C number. So once the background check is done, so here we'll request for the reference for the candidate. So here the HR or the admin will send the request to the candidate for the references details as the HR required it. So the candidate will receive the mail at here. Yeah, this is how he will receive the mail with the job positions and the required two professional references. So he gonna submit it here. Yeah. So this is how the references. So this is like if the candidate already worked in previous organizations and what the role that reference is working at there. And the reference mail ID and along with his mobile number and the organization that he gonna work, and the candidate who is applying the job through our application, what the job title he worked in the previous organization. Yeah, and the employment start date, month and the year that he gonna work at there, and when he have started and when he have ended his employment ended date at here, and the relationship with the referral we can enter it here and we can confirming it here. And here we have mentioned that they require the two references at here, so I was entering the one more references and the reference job title at there and the phone number, reference phone number, and the organizations they are working, and the candidate job title, employment start date, and year, yeah, and the month and a year, and also the relationship with that. And here I was here the candidate will confirm it and submit the references at here. So once he have the submitted it here, we can see in our applications whether we have received the references details or not. So if we check here, this is how the HR or the admin will check the details whether candidate submitted details were or not. So if we check here, we got the two references which is given by the candidate. So when we click on the more, we have an option to update the status, and it can be we have the options like pending, contacted, verified, or failed. So we have an options like depending upon the scenario, we are calculating it. And here I was making as a market as verified, and also one more referrals also I was making as market as verified. Yeah, yeah. This is how I make it as a market as verified. So here we are in the stage of the references got verified. So here we are in the stage of the references got verified. So this is once we click on the mark it as complete. So the whole onboarding process is going to be completed here. So this is so when we go to here, so this is how the candidate will get the notification here. The complete onboarding process will be completed, and we are welcoming the candidate to the onboarding process, and the date of joining also we are mentioning it here. This is how the candidate will see once he completed the all onboarding process by submitting his all the documents at here. And also when we coming to the settings, we have dynamic things like if you go to the documents as we discussed, we can give what all the other document types that we have required it here. And also we have an options called onboarding reminder. This is like we are scheduling a job at here. So here it is like if a HR sends the mail to the candidate, and if the candidate didn't reply to the mail of 48 hours, the this scheduled job will work automatically. The whatever the mail which we need to send to the candidate, it automatically sends to the candidate until we get the response from the candidate. So this will make up to the 5 reminders, uh, and also for every 72 hours, and the first reminder will be like 48 hours, then it will be every reminder will be like 72 hours, so it will make the maximum reminders like 5. So this is how we are scheduling a job at here. So we have that is for the sign off for request and the documents request. This all we have scheduling a job where the candidate didn't reply the mail which is sent by the HR or the admin. We are scheduling a job where we will send automatically mails to the candidate until the candidate has been submitted the details. And also we have an option for the auto expiry. This is like if the candidate didn't reply to the mails after the 5 reminders, so we are going to expire the candidate applications from our application. So this is how we are making it as everything as a dynamic. So this is how this is the complete onboarding flow, and these all are the stages in the onboarding flow that I have covered it here. So once the onboarding is completed, yeah, this is how the next phase will be starting. Yeah, yeah, Anju, you can go ahead the next stage.
Thank you, Arshita. Yes. So now um, I'm gonna share my screen and tell about. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. One second, and show this. Yeah, in onboarding. Once the onboarding is completed, we'll come to shadow shifting. This is how the care home generally prefer the shadow shifting module because in every care home there's a must uh, shift like shadow shifting. Employee, a new employee should do a shadow shifting under a nurse or under like a nursing in a nursing section. So we'll just go through once how it works. Hmm. See, these are the shifts and these are the dates. So today, just for an example, we go from 18th, like today is 18th. So date, start, and time, and this should be completed. It should the employer, particular employee by name. We are doing like the onboarding. The onboarding employee is under a host name by Anju on this date, start start time and end time. And again, this is the first day, the shadow shifting that candidate is working under Anju. Then the second day comes like maybe on 19th, and the time is start end under Anju. This should be completed. Then the other day is like will take like 22nd, it's 28th. Fine. And even if you want to add notes, like something is lacking in him or she, you can add a note, or something is missing, so just you can add a note here. Then the next day, coming to next day is 28th. End time you can change over here, whatever time you need it, like 9 o'clock till 4 o'clock or till 5 o'clock a shift. The name of the host under Anju. It should be completed. So it should be like 5 days, a complete 5 days. Shadow shifting must be done. So the next day, like 20, after 3 days working, he can take a break or we can just continue. Anything is okay. So we'll just take like 21st and date, time under Anju. Then it should be completed. And again, it should be, I'm sorry, it's like from 22nd. Yeah. So this is the date and time under Anju, and this should be completed, right? And so after the shifts are completed, you have to save the shifts. After 5 days, you have to go for this page. You have to come to this page and save the shifts. And the competencies, like the candidate should have a hand hygiene. It should be the must policies, or all this have to be followed by a candidate under the host. So the host should take everything like this. The patient observation and documentation must be done. Emergency response must be done. Clinical equipments must be done. So all should be ticked by an host. Anything to be added under notes can be added there. And you have to save this after 5 days. So save competences. It's saved now. Coming next. So once a shadow shifting of a candidate done for 5 days, 5 shifts of then it should be signed off by a nurse, by a senior staff signing off. Then again a manager should sign off. Everything should be signed, nothing should be pending, or it won't go to other page, or it won't get an approval for that candidate. So after this three sign off sections, final section will be from the manager final approval. So just tick on this. If you got any notes, you can take the notes there, and this is done. So now it comes like approved. So the person by name Charlie, onboarding is complete with the care home administration, even the shadow shifting been completed. So everything been checked and approved. The shifts are completed. The training section is complete. Training is like a shadow shifting training. Everything is completed regarding this Charlie William. So once it's done, you can even see what all documentations being requested, and you can see the background check. You can see what's going on in the shadow shifting. Everything can be seen here. See. So, and settings, as you know, me and my friend Arshita has gone through this. onboarding reminder, document types, what all documents if you need are almost here, but something else if you want to add up, you can add up here. And the notifications you can add, or uh, you can just save whatever you want to do changes with the notifications. Work locations, people and work, the employment, you can change whatever you want in this settings side. So you can play around with this application on this page. You can add, delete, edit on this page with the organization, employee work, work locations, notifications, document type, and onboarding reminder. So with these sections, you can just play around. You can add, delete, edit, whatever you are in need of. So this all for now. Hopefully everything been completed, uh, especially from Arshita's side. And yes, so hopefully the information is transferred. And with this, we conclude the demo. Uh, Hopefully, this application will simplify task and will be user-friendly experience from you. So thank you for now, for your time. Thank you, Arshita. So we are just signing off. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.